Departing for Ivory Coast later on this afternoon, and of course they're preparing for that crucial Africa Cup of Nations tournament that is kicking off this Friday. They just had a breakfast send-off right there at our Tambo International Airport Hotel. They've been preparing for the tournament, starting in Stellenbosch in the past couple of days. They moved to Johannesburg yesterday, and of course they had that warm-up friendly against Lesotho at Lucas Moripe Stadium yesterday. And of course, today in the breakfast send-off, we had some of the Bafana Bafana legends that won the Africa Cup of Nations in 1996, and one of them is none other than Mark Williams, the man who actually scored 2 goals in the final against Tunisia, is joining us right here on SABC News and Sports Live. Mark, welcome to SABC News and Sports Live. And first of all, let's just talk about the nice breakfast send-off that was given to the players this morning.
Well, first of all, it's been an honor for me to look at the 23-man squad the coach has been selected. They are the ones that are representing our country. So we are all behind them, as a legend play the game, won it for the country. It is a nice feeling when you see people behind the team.
And of course, maybe 1 or 2 omissions in the team is that of Lyle Foster. We know he's got some mental health issues. And of course, Solebo Mutiba, who's out injured for this tournament. What do you make of those 2 absentees? I mean, looking at our striking force up front.
Yeah, look, it's always going to be a sort of not an easy sort of pill to swallow, because I look at Kyle. He's been scoring goals for us. He's been scoring goals in the UK, and do we have a plan B? Because plan B for me is you got the strikers that's all running onto balls. You don't have a striker like him that physically that can hold the ball, and the midfielders can play off him. So that's going to be a big miss. But look, at the end of the day, that is football. You're always going to find players that's going to get injured, and it's just an opportunity for other players. That's how football is.
And looking at our group, Mark, we've got the likes of Tunisia, who always makes it for the World Cup. We've got the likes of Mali, who are big and strong. They've got players playing for big leagues in Europe, like Yussim Bissouma, who plays for Tottenham Hotspur, one of the top players in Africa at the moment. And you've got our neighbours, Namibia, as well. We've got the likes of Peter Shalulile, the Dion Otos of this world. What do you make of this group, and do you think Bafana can come out of this group alive?
Yeah, look, I don't think there's any easy groups. Believe me, all the groups the 4 teams, all of them are probably being asked the same thing. But for me is that we always have difficulties against Mali. But, at the end of the day, that's a must 3-pointer for me. If they get a draw there, and then they must beat Namibia. Our neighboring country, they got 1 player, Peter Shalulile. He'll be looking forward to make sure that he puts a dent in South Africa.
Looking at Coach Hugo Broos, he actually won this tournament with an inexperienced young team, unfancy team in Cameroon back in 2017 in a tournament that was hosted in Gabon. Do you think that that success can sort of like rub off to the players and say, we can also do it? Yeah,
look, as a coach, when you win things, you can always talk about it because players listen to it. And, for them, it's like, wow, this was a coach that won it. Maybe we can also do it. Because I think if you look back then, there were some big players in that team, and he let most of those players out. And he went with a young team, actually. And this is, we got 3 or 4 players over 30. So this is also a very young team, but there's a good experience.
And lastly, Mark, let's just go back to 1996. We know we had so many quality players in that team, the likes of Dr. Kumar, Aloysius Musho, Phil Masinga, yourself, Sean Bartlett, and many other players. We know that, having quality and talented players is not enough. You need much more to win a big tournament like Africa Cup of Nations. What do you think was the tonic for you guys to win the tournament?
Well, first of all, character. Character, you need a lot of character in the team. I think if you don't have character, then sometimes, even if you don't play, like Eddie Motale, with his big character he brought it into the team. You need players like that can make you laugh. That just takes a little bit focus off the game.
Thank you so much for joining us. First of all, let's just talk about this nice send-off that was done for the boys to inspire them before they go to Ivory Coast.
Yeah, happy. Yeah, look, I'm here to say Bafana Bafana, Bavai Grande, and I wish them all the best in Abidjan.
First of all, let's talk about the preparations before we go any further. The boys assembled a couple of days ago in Stellenbosch, and then they moved to Gauteng, where they played against Lesotho in a warm-up friendly match behind closed doors against Lesotho. What do you make of the preparations? This will be the only warm-up match they will play before the big tournament.
Yeah, look, I don't think it was even a warm-up match. It was just a practice match, you know. So, look, going back to your question, the preparation I don't think was conducive. It was not enough. I mean, 2 weeks, it's nothing compared to this. This is a big tournament. You can't give it 2 weeks to prepare. You need a month or two. So, yeah, I'm not happy in that regard.
And let's talk about the final 23-man squad that was assembled by Coach Hugo Bros. Fortunately, all the players that he selected are injury-free, and they're going to board the plane later on this afternoon to Ivory Coast. What do you make of that team?
Yeah, look, good team, very balanced, experience and energy. Senior players and young ones, energy and experience.
And of course, looking at the group, Tunisia, who always qualifies for the World Cup, we've got Mali. You know, the West African countries are very big and strong, and I've got experienced players who are playing in overseas. How do you rate our chances in that group? We also have got Namibia as well, our neighbors.
Yeah, well, in that group, I'm rating ourselves going through to the next round. I think we'll get a good result against Mali. We'll get a point, if not 3. Definitely against Namibia, against Shalulile, we'll get 3 points. Then 4 points can take us through.
Just take us back to 1996 when you won the Afcon. The team had so much experience, you know, the likes of Dr. Kumalo, Shuzmisho, yourself, and many others. You know, even at some players were playing overseas at that time. We know that it's not all about talent and also quality players. You also need much more than that. What do you think was the difference for you guys to win that tournament?
Yeah, the difference is the motivation, the courage, the motivation that we got from our technical staff, most especially the late left back, the courage that we got from our football lovers in our country, the support that we got from the dignitaries, including the president, the late President Mandela himself. You know, everything was like, gents, let's not disappoint. So that is why we didn't want to disappoint. You know, let alone the incentive and the trophy. But we didn't want to disappoint the masses with the belief and the support they gave it to us.
Magents, thank you so much for joining us on Sports Live and SABC News, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
Thanks. And I also want to say I wish Bafana Bafana all the best. Let them do us proud. It's been 22 years now. We've been touching anything, you know, an accolade or trophy. So please do us proud.
And of course, that was Edward Magents Motale joining us right here on Sports Live and SABC News. You know, he says he's tired of doing the same interview of Bafana players having not won the Afcon since 1996. It has been 22 years now. So let's hope this current crop will create history and make the name for themselves and come back with that prestigious trophy.